It's a bright Friday afternoon and Binta sets off to school on a motorbike with her last baby. It's stressful, but Binta is happy to join several other adults as they try to get another shot at education. Learning has become fun for Binta, and she is always proud to display her limited English-speaking skill.
My name is Binta Abdullahi. I want to learn how to read and write.
Binta is making progress as she can now identify the English alphabets and pronounce some words. But our chat had to continue in Hausa. She says her excitement knows no bounds as she is grateful to her husband for giving her a second chance.
I thank my husband for giving me a second chance. I believe that at the end of this school, I will be able to teach my children their homework when they get back from school. Others should come and do this too because it is very useful.
Binta's progress is a source of inspiration to the teacher who is impressed by the progress most of the adults are making.
Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon.
MDG drivers say almost 70 million Nigerians are illiterate and education is central to achieving the MDGs.
We still have a long way to go actually, more especially in the area of mass literacy. I know for the basic, for the primary school, MDG has done quite a lot. But for the mass literacy, we still have a long way to go because the problem is the general perception. People don't seem to understand that illiteracy is a problem that can even help the nation to solve some of the most of the MDG goals.
All the other MDGs, maternal mortality, child mortality, poverty, could actually be linked to illiteracy. If we can solve the problem of illiteracy, it will be easier moving towards the solution to the other problems. For example, you can't be thinking in terms of reducing maternal mortality when you have majority of the women really are illiterate. Because even the population of illiterate in Nigeria, 2/3 of them are women. And you cannot address poverty. You cannot address maternal mortality. You cannot address child mortality. You cannot be talking about water and environment if people are not actually sure. They don't even know what it is. In this age, which we call information society, nobody who is illiterate will be able to live comfortably, live well in a society that is information-driven. When you cannot access information, you cannot process information and make things happen to yourself and to your society through those information that you have accessed and you process.
The Nigerian government has put the MDGs as a baseline and set higher goals with its 7-point agenda and a national vision to become one of the top 20 economies in the world by the year 2020.
Government is truly living to its expectation in providing those social services. And I believe that a lot still needs to be done in the area of schools, in the area of health, in the area of provision of potable water, and all the other aspects that is targeted under the MDG goals.
I'd like us to see the MDGs as what is a baseline, not a ceiling. It's the foundation we need to build on. And the 7-point agenda is much more ambitious than that. So we try to make sure that they work to the comparative advantage of another. And you'll see that the 2020 vision goes even further, which talks about us having secured that foundation and taking care of those key issues which for us we couldn't possibly attain the 2020 vision if we haven't put infrastructure in place, we haven't addressed the food security problem, we haven't looked to see about the human resource capacity that we need to address in terms of education and health.
In his 2009 budget speech, Nigeria's president promised to push the nation towards achieving the Millennium Development Goals by the year 2015.
The 2009 federal budget is to deliver on our promises to reduce poverty and attain our Millennium Development Goals. Our guiding vision is encapsulated in the 7-point agenda by enhancing the power and transportation sectors, we can improve the capacity of our non-oil sectors, such as agriculture and manufacturing, to contribute to more sustainable and enduring economic growth and development.
Support for the basic education program has been identified as a critical area for development assistance. This is why a large chunk of money from debt relief have been used to fund mass literacy programs. This has really helped, but it's still not adequate, especially since the onset of the global financial crisis. Former Finance Minister of Nigeria and now Managing Director of World Bank, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who also helped in securing debt relief for Nigeria, says pro-poor financing facilities are being developed by the World Bank to help developing countries in these trying financial times.
We've developed a vulnerability financing facility. You know, we are calling for this 0.7% of stimulus. Well, if any organization, any donor decides they want to give some to the World Bank to manage, it will come into this facility, which has either fast track, it has a food response in case a donor wants to support food and agriculture, and it also has a rapid social response facility, which is for financing safety net programs. So food for work programs, care of pregnant women and children, making sure that our children are healthy, disbursing monies to support this education. That facility will take care of that. And also, we have an infrastructure initiative where we are trying to work with governments to make sure that employment is created and generated, that infrastructure is maintained.
Justina Iseluka has a diploma in public administration and has worked as secretary in a foreign embassy, but had to quit when her husband got a job in Abuja. Now she's attending the vocational training center funded by the MDGs with proceeds of debt relief, and she hopes to start off her own business soon.
I can train other people, and I can also make a very fine baby wears and sell and clothes and to sew for people.
The vocational training center trains women in tailoring, knitting, weaving, and catering. The coordinators of the program say the center has been able to give a new lease of life to many of its trainees through funds provided by the MDGs.
Many have passed out from our programs. Many have even written about a book on our programs. Many have established their own catering services, and many have mainstreamed to various schools.
We do access assistance through our Education Secretariat and through the National Commission. Under the Education Secretariat, we have been able to access funds to upgrade our vocational training centers and also to procure some equipment. Then under the National Commission, through the MDG, we are going into the Literacy by Radio project. We have been trained, facilitators have been trained, and we have been supplied with literacy primers and then radio sets, about 500 radio sets.
Adequate cash flow through the debt relief funds and the collaborative efforts of state and federal government of Nigeria is helping to achieve poverty alleviation, improve child and maternal health, provide clean water, boost agriculture, empower women, promote adult literacy, and give hope to children in many communities in rural Nigeria.